Tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the last stream ever, because tomorrow is the snowpocalypse. It is coming to Arctic Blast. It's coming down from the north, and I think they're going to shut down the entire country. Sounds like. I mean, every time I watch the news, I'm like, wow, okay. I never realized it was going to be a zombie invasion or something. But that's the way it is. Let me open with a question. Would you rather try to survive a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion? Would you rather face a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion? Honestly, I might take the zombies. I know you're going to be fighting, you know, like your loved ones and stuff like that. But I feel like the aliens would be a little more advanced than the zombies. I was born in the Arctic Blast. I was raised on the dairy. I went back and watched that exact skit the other day. Hey, I'm Kenny Rogers. That's so good. Mr. Temper, Big Joe, and Vel, how are you? In here right away. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for keeping me coming. You literally got a text from the internet company? Oh boy. When I see the storm is mostly gonna miss you. Ah, phooey. I'm a little bummed too. I mean, it's like if you're gonna have a winter storm, like give me a good winter storm. But I guess we're just gonna have like some rain and then some ice, and you can't drive. That's about it. I'm like, man, let it snow. Let it snow. Snowstorms. Well, a storm in Texas, a winter storm in Texas, but not really a snowstorm. I don't think so. Preparing for potential outages. That's what we're prepared for too. I mean, everybody knows down here. It's you know, somebody sneezes and the electricity goes out. That's what it feels like. So we're expecting some power outages. We've got all the firewood. We got food stocked. Probably run to the grocery store one more time today. Gotta have my bacon. So nah, I'm not gonna buy bacon. We got a butane grill as well. I think I would rather face the alien invasion than an ice storm too, because you can't even play in it. You know, you could play in the alien invasion. Kids, go outside and play in the alien invasion, don't you know? But you can't really play in like an ice storm. There's just gonna be black ice on the ground. Yay! Hooray, kids! Hooray! Maybe I'll get my kids like a cardboard box and they can scoot down the street or something. Is it called Wyoming? Yeah. 50 degrees all winter. It was actually 50 degrees yesterday down here. How does it feel to have the exact same weather as Texas right now? Oh, Cat Boo, back for more. Let's see. I don't have a ride to the grocery until at least potentially tomorrow. I have a meal prepped for the next couple days. Oh, okay. Do you don't drive, or is there any public transportation where you're at? You know what you could do? You could get stuff delivered to the door if you needed to. For us, at least, tomorrow is a risk. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too bad until later. Like I think my kids are going to school in the morning, but past Friday evening, I'm not going anywhere. I'm done. We went jogging the other day in 1.4 Fahrenheit. Oh, get out of here with that Celsius. No, just kidding. You Americans aren't built for cold like us rugged Canadians. I don't think that was the right accent. I know me personally, like I've got some Nordic on Dad's side. So I always make a joke about like, you know, sleeping on glaciers and stuff like that. But I'm a tropics boy, man. I mean, the predominant genes in me are from people who lived almost their entire lives in loincloths. So Venus flytraps, ah! They're there. They are there. Oh, speaking of they are there, here we are. Now, let me see. I'm definitely not going to be able to. Yeah, Cody. Why did they put these in here so early? Because there's no way Cody is going to be able to beat whatever this is. Some girl with green hair. This is an RPG after all. Aegis, how are you doing? We're talking about the weather. Let's see. We're going to swap over here. You know what's causing it? It's one of those black waltzes with the bell. Just ringing and all. Somebody needs to go in there and stop that guy. Oh, yeah. That's all this is, huh? Yeah, well, I wonder why this is here. We'll figure it out later. Okay, down into the donjons, the Star Palace dungeon. One step and there's a battle. That's always a good sign. But you know what? Complaints are over because now we got David, Ryu, Ben, Andy, and Arthur. So it is a good time in the Kustera household. Well, they usually send you an email for affiliates. So if you have the email, then yes. If you do not have the email, then I don't think so. But I don't know how to poke around here. I barely poke around at all on Twitch. I don't know what anything does here. So I can't help you. Let's see. We're going to do some healing. There we go. Trying to make a PNG tuber. Well, that's cool. Oh, that doesn't feel good when you get like an AoE attack and it just hits everybody. Dang, nab it with the poison. Let's see, do we have any antidotes? We do. You know, these dungeons actually get more and more complex. I think that's pretty cool. I do appreciate good complex dungeons in RPGs. A dungeon that's just like a hallway, that's a huge turnoff for me. Doxer, how's it going? Doxer, Doxer. How do you give me a help with pronouncing that? Have we figured out the star secrets yet? I don't think we have. I don't think we figured out the secret of mana. We figured out the secret of Evermore, but still stumped on what the secret of the stars is. I'm not exactly sure. Paladin with glasses? No, I can't. I was gonna Palasses, but it didn't work. It didn't help. I apologize to everybody. How's it going in Black Belt? And how's it going Third Strongest Mole? Hey, how are you? Only thing, you know, I'm with you. Bring on the cold. That's neat. Bring on the cold. Only thing is I don't want a power outage, because then there's almost nothing to do. I really enjoy having having electricity. Good dungeon crawlers have excellent dungeon design. One would hope, because it's in the title. You know, you don't want to play a dungeon crawler and it's like, you guys should have called this a hallway crawler. Look at this. But yeah, I mean, for an RPG like this, I'm not expecting traps or anything like that. But give me branching paths at least. Oh, Deoxer. Okay. Hey, I always do my best to try and pronounce people's usernames correctly. So I will try and remember that. Thanks very much, Deoxer. I hope you're well. Let's see. You could read by candlelight. We could. That's how I wrecked my eyes as a kid. I grew up on 3 acres of rainforest, and my dad had a generator. This is in my book, which you've still not read. I know. I have my eye on you. And I read a lot of books by kerosene light and candle. And that'll wreck your eyes after a while. Sarge Smash, how's it going? Hey, this is... Oh, I miss Cinco Play. This isn't Resident Evil Secret of the Stars. Cinco Play always used to come in with that. I think he's been busy lately. Or maybe he hates me. I don't know. It's either one of those things. That's typically why I stop seeing people. Is they wake up one day, you know what? I freaking hate the well-read mage. And then I never talk to him again. I never see him again. I never expect anyone to... Yeah. You know, you would think that people would pronounce my username correctly. I was actually on a podcast. This is a while ago. Like a long time ago. And the guy introduced me as the well-read Maj. And I was like, Maj? The well-read Maj. I don't know why. He decided to pronounce mage like Maj. Magician, maybe? I don't know. Misread the title. Thought it was Secret of the Stairs. Oh. I don't think there's any stairs in this game, actually. Few late game dungeons. Oh, up the complexity. Are generally in that game, is there not a lot of complexity to the dungeons? Oh, I think you're pretty... I mean, you've been wrong in here before, Mr. Temper, but that is extremely wrong. There are definitely people who hate me. It's one of those personalities, you know? I feel like in today's economy, if you have an opinion, people will hate you. And so some people decide not to have any opinions. Certainly none that, you know, diverge from the norm. Dang coworkers, I agree. Imp Black Belt. Did I pronounce it correctly? Well-read mage fromage. Stairs spotted. Oh, there were stairs. That's right. I was right there. Omelette du red mange. I love that. I would go for that. Omelette du rouge mange. Rouge? Right? Is red rouge? Oh yeah, we're at poison or some crap. Let's fix that. With some antidotes. Hooray! Oh, you can't use iridium on poison. Let's see. Tell me who they are and I'll take care of them. I mean, you could probably... Like, here's the thing. You ever Google your name or your username? I can no longer do that for mental health's sake. Like, I tried that the other day. I was like, I wonder if things have calmed down. And no, can't do it. Stair strat. Oh, that's how you work on the calves. Yeah, imp. I bet you there are human beings who mispronounce imp as imp. Okay, so I was unsure if there was another branching path here, but we're going. Oh, I appreciate that, Mr. Temper. That's very kind of you. There are trolls for sure. I'm not too worried about trolls. There are people who think, you know, after the kerfluffle last year, there are people who think all kinds of things. That's a bit different than the trolling, but something I gotta live with now. So there's no point in crying over spilled milk. And you move on. You figure out how to do stuff in life. So that's why we're playing Secret of the Stars. Because nothing says you figure out how to do stuff in life like playing Secret of the Stars. This masterpiece. This is the kind of game that somebody would make their personality right here. When I was a kid, I used to play nothing but Secret of the Stars. I'm pretty sure that's some person out there. And you know what? More power to them. As long as they don't get in my face about it, that's the thing. Like, I don't mind if people are going to be hyper obsessive about whatever it is they're going to be hyper obsessive about. Just you don't have to get in my face about it, okay? That's all. Don't be so evangelistic about your weird fetish for Secret of the Stars. And we can coexist in peace. How long is this game? That's a good question, Deoxer. So I'm on my first playthrough, and it is a blind playthrough. I have no idea how long this is. I would guess that I've crossed the halfway point now. I do know that there are 5 Octalions in this game, at least based on what they've told me, and we've got 4 of them collected. So I would guess, if I had to guess, I would guess that we are somewhere around 60% of the way through this game. Oh, you thought it might be decent? Yeah, I don't, well, what do you think anymore before I color your answer? Omega Paladin. Hey, long time no see. How are you? I feel like it's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. We'll take that. Let's see. I've got more antidotes, I'm sure. I've got one. I don't want to use my last one. Well, we've got 3, so that's fine. Oh, yay, an aspirin. I think I've had an illness once in this game. So not a huge usage for stuff. Unless there's a World of Ruin, right? Yeah, just based on the vibe, I would guess that this is about 60%, between 60 and 70% of the way through the game. This doesn't seem like the kind of game where there's going to be any exorbitant side quest or anything like that. So I think we're doing okay. I think it's a lazy release, especially for the time. It definitely seems that way. This is very... It's weird because it occupies this weird space where there are cool ideas in it. Like somebody was like, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if you built a town as you play through the game? And they're like, yes, let's do that. But then they don't really do anything with that concept much at all. Like, same thing with the swapping between 2 parties. Cool concept if you needed it to get through dungeons. But you don't really. So far, it's been used to get a couple extra items. That's about it. Not a whole lot. Major Rage, how are you today? Have you successfully battened down the hatches for the upcoming winter weather? And I think too, going back to what you were saying, Temper, I think that you know, this coming out in 1995 in North America definitely makes it look that way. But even coming out in 1993 in Japan, this is probably more middle ground, just given the statistics of more RPGs coming out for Super Famicom. But this is definitely toward the bottom of the Super Nintendo RPGs. I'm doing well, thanks. We are going to do a little further battening here. Problem with my house is something that I really enjoy, actually, which is a lot of windows. We have a couple walls that are significantly windows. Problem with that is when we get high winds and there are branches flying around, or when it gets really cold because the glass does not do a good job of holding in the temps. So... Hey, Scarlet's Fire! I was going to inquire about you, actually. How are you doing? I hope you're feeling well. And I hope all the battening, as I was talking to Major Rage TV here, I hope all the battening of the hatches is going well. As we all know, one must need batten every once in a while. Oh, that encounter rate. But let me ask Mr. Temper, what do you think makes this a lazy release? I usually try to attribute to ineptness what you might attribute to malevolence or laziness. So I usually would guess that they probably weren't lazy, but they were probably just inept when they made this. Because this, I think, was the first Tecmo RPG. Certainly not malevolent. Like, I'll see that every once in a while. Somebody be like, oh, it's a bad game because the devs are evil. I was like, that's pretty dubious right there. That is pretty dubious. Tecmo Secret of the Stars featuring Guile as Andy. How's it going, Wacy? This is Mage Gettery for his birthday dinner tonight. Whoa! Hey, is today your birthday, Mage? It's today. A combination of inept and timeline crunch could be. They made games pretty quickly back then. And it's weird when you hear about games where they're like, we had to make this on the side because the studio didn't really want to fund it. So I wonder if that was the sort of thing. Are there more Tecmo RPGs? Later on, but I think this was the first one. Yes, happy birthday. If today is your birthday, I'm going to sing happy birthday to you. I will sing happy birthday to you in the Huey, Dewey, and Louie AC/DC voice, if you'd like. Or we could do it as Donald Duck, or Goofy, or Mickey Mouse, or SpongeBob, or Plankton, or... No, I'm just kidding. We're going to do a full We Are the World happy birthday sing. Rockbirds, they're just enjoy their music. Now, as far as more Tecmo RPGs, somebody mentioned one the other day. I can't actually remember what the title was that they said. You want Master Shake's birthday song on your birthday, please, so I get to practicing. Okay, who's Master Shake? That's the first question. And when is your birthday so that I have time to practice? Master Shake. Oh, we got stairs. Secret of this stairs. This looks like the main treasure room here. Oh, dang, that's a deep cut. Aqua Teen Hunger Force? I haven't thought about that. Oh yeah, we went through that, huh? Ides of March. That's right. I did not remember Master Shake. Okay, we got a fire cane. Let's see. So we're gonna plop that on my dude here. Fire cane, yeah, it's an extra 2. And we got a barrier. Who's poisoned? It is so easy for this inventory to just fill up. Found Eledium. Eledium? I guess it's Eledium. Shake Zula, the Mike Ruler, the old schooler. Want a trip? I'll bring it to ya. A fry lock, one of all-time rocket like a cop. Meat, why they up next? Work it out now. Wheat, why get the money? See, meat, why get the honey? She ran through my car in the start and the middle of the bed. I haven't thought of that. I haven't thought about Aqua Teen Hunger Force in a really long time. A really, really long time. It has been a while. How's it going, Landmine? You came in just in time for the legendary Fire Cane of Fire. Okay, let me see if I can work up the Donald's Nephew's AC/DC happy birthday for Major Rage here. Something like that, right? That also sounds like the lead singer from AC/DC. He's like, 30 days, not that cheap. It sounds, yeah, I would say that sounds like. Do some NC Chris. What is that? There's so many things I don't know. Has that ever hit you? Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll just be like, gosh, there's so many things I don't know. There are so. Oh, yeah, were you not ready for the voice? I try not to overuse it because it's just like like we were talking about with salt, pepper, swears. You don't want to overdo that sort of thing. Then people are like, "Oh, that guy that does duck voices." I don't want to be known as the guy who does duck voices. I don't. Wait, it's really far back in there. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you, Major Rage! Happy birthday from us and Uncle Donald! Happy birthday to you! There you go. Whew, every time you do that voice, it seems like you're about to have Have an aneurysm. My head is throbbing. It's because you can't breathe while you do that voice. And I think that's what happened during the filming of DuckTales, actually. Okay, let's see. I don't want to fight ghosts. I don't like ghosts. Let's get out of here. Hey, well, good. I'm glad you liked it. Clip worthy, but you don't know how to use Twitch. Oh, what a shame. He did MCP pants and sirloin on Aqua Teen Hunger for. Okay, so I do not remember that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this show because I don't remember that at all. Thank you. 2-year-old just totally crapped. Oh, I'm glad the 2-year-old's listening. This is a family-friendly stream too, so we like to keep it real because I know people got kids. So what is he going on with their party? It is Guile, because Guile's theme goes with everything. It assumes that Guile himself goes with everything. Now, is this guy named Andy, and he was like a fighter of some kind, and then he joined our party. It does sound like Toad. It does sound like Toad. There's closeness there, right? Like you got AC/DC, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and specifically the Super Mario Brothers Super Show Toad that's a little lower register, and then you've got the more modern Toad, but not the N64 Toad who was like chance time. Not that one. You get the like that. That's what Toad sounds like today. But the one on the show on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show was more like aim. Oh, I almost blew it out right there. It was let me see. I might have to sit up for this. Aim! No, it's not gonna happen. I think it's gone. I might have inverted my throat trying to do all this. Oh, you can't clip all this. Thanks very much. Now I'm gonna stream into somebody. I'm gonna raid into somebody's channel and you'll be like, "What the heck is this?" I was just doing the Super Mario Brothers Super Show Toad the other day, and now it's gone. It's gone. All right, let's get out of here. Speaking of gone, the voice is now on the bingo card. That specific voice or a voice? Because I'm doing a voice right now. Actually, nobody really knows what my real voice sounds like. I'll let you all in on a little secret. My real voice sounds like Bob Dylan. It's true. Just ask my wife. When I asked her to marry, I was like, "Please, will you marry me?" That's exactly what I sounded like when I proposed to my wife. EGM Magazine gave this game a 7.5 out of 10 when it came out. And remember that magazines have almost always been bad about what was I going to say? About, score inflation. Almost always. Okay, we got stuff there, so let's see what else. Yes, exactly. I mean, y'all thought Bob Dylan had died. Turns out he just turned into a Polynesian guy. Why did she say yes? Because maybe she's sophisticated and enjoys the literary intellectualism of Bob Dylan. Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that no one else around you have only accepted it soon to be. That's what Bob Dylan sounds like. Famitsu gave it 14 out of 40. Famitsu, maybe a little more honest. Score inflation is bad. Okay, Landmine, like we're gonna take it from the guy who follows Secret of the Stars on Twitch. There might be a little bias going on there, if we're gonna be honest. Just a little. Not a lot, but yeah, a skosh. A skosh. I'm kidding, love you. Serviceable, yeah, it's tough. I think, again, let me give a more serious answer. I think that Secret of the Stars feels as rough as it does because it's on the Super Nintendo and because it came out in '95. This is what you might expect from like a late NES game, but in the context that it's in, it doesn't do anything to stand out. It has a lousy translation. The story is pretty rubbish. There's not a whole lot going on in terms of all that. But I think I would agree in that there's nothing truly offensive about it. It's just kind of dull. And that's maybe the worst of what you can say for a lot of the lousier Super Nintendo RPGs. Like, there's nothing on here where I'm like, wow, that was awful. Except for a few of the things where it's complete, like finding the tunnel by talking to Baz, or the guy standing behind the wall to get the explosives. Like, stuff like that, that's stupid. Get that crap out of my RPGs. But stuff that's like, you know, it's kind of just slow, or the dungeons aren't that interesting, or the plot is boring. Stuff like that, that's, you could play a normal RPG like that. 8 out of 10, too much water. 10 out of 10, dog pills and plum. Yep, good old plum. Yes, and we were talking about that, Wasey. It was made in 93, ported in 95, but even by 93, this still looks like a 1991 or a 1990 RPG. It's very basic. You know what would make it better? The Nintendo battle music? No! I'll tell you this. It has a better soundtrack than a Nintendo Way of the Ninja. There's that. There is that. How's it going, James? And how's it going, We Somber Ghosts? Or is it We Sombre? It might be Sombre. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the welcome to our Nintendo Way of the Ninja bashing stream. Today, you know what really grinds my gears is Nintendo Way of the Ninja. Not great. And that battle theme. And if you don't think it sounds that bad, it does. It sounds that bad. Don't apologize to Mr. Temper. He shows up for this. Like, this makes him feel alive. Okay, so he's getting his fix. He's fine. Let's see. Cure that illness there. And Nintendo could have been a great game, and it probably was a better game on the PC versions. But on, again, context, super important for retro games. Context being on the Super Nintendo? The monster pixels? I mean, some of them are pretty good, yeah. Yeah, some of them are a little, like, stick figure-y. Like, have you seen Cat Boo? Like, that bird, these birds are actually both pretty good, I'd say. But, like, the dragon sprite looks a little silly. The Cat Boo is probably the worst one on here. It's like, does he have an eye patch? Did his face get in an argument with a blender? What happened? So all these things kind of balance out over time, you know? Let's see. It doesn't really help, but some NPC in Dakotas alluded to the bomb thing. The armor shop assistant in the slums early on talks about how the owner occasionally goes out and makes illicit back alley deals. So that's what you were supposed to, based on that, you were supposed to look for a back alley, right? Not behind houses or anything like that, but it had to be that exact spot. But yeah, the cryptic stuff, I feel like too, that's very NES design. There's you lost a lot of arguments. There are very cryptic things in this for sure. The mermaid is a good sprite. The bigger sprites are pretty good. But like those sprites aren't that great. It'd be neat if they were animated. I'll tell you that. That would be cool. I don't know if they had the space for animated sprites on this. I mean, all that amazing dialogue takes up so much space, you know what I'm saying? But I think I would comfortably put Secret of the Stars above Nintendo Way of the Ninja and above The Lord of the Rings. Let me pull up my list here so I can look again, see what else I would put it above. Here we go. Let's see. I would put this probably above Brainlord. Brainlord was a more competent game, I think, but it was pretty forgettable. I know forgettable, that's a super subjective thing, but this is my ranking and it is subjective, so deal with it. I would put this above Draken. I would. Draken is way more unplayable than this. But Draken was the first RPG on this system in the West, so, you know. Enindo is way better than Secret of the Stars, even if just on creativity alone. I don't know about that. Isn't it, like, identical to almost every, like, Koei thing? Or just like, why don't we set this crap in old Japan again? Like, again, sir? Again! Again and again and again until we're both dead. Hardcore Draken apologist? No, I said I would put Secret of the Stars above Draken. I would put Draken below. I would say Draken and Enindo Lord of the Rings are definitely some of the worst on this system. I don't have high hopes for the two Might and Magics. Super Ninja Boy, I don't know. I kind of side-eyeing that one. But I think most of these are pretty like mid to super great. Let's see. They were making this game and halfway through decided to give Ray a gun. I do appreciate that. An interesting combination of things they already did. Basically. Yeah, so not too great. Oh, did Automod get you again? I'm not on the stream manager, so I can't catch it. I apologize. Let me pop that open just in case. No, I'm not proclaiming my love for Enindo just so you can feel better about yourself. It's not going to happen. This is the wrong place for that, my friend. Let's see. I don't know. Draken has a super scary huge dragon from the sky. It has things in it. That's correct, Vel. It's not a very playable game, though. This definitely isn't a fantasy medieval era game, so it gets kind of advanced. And that's a... Oops. Turned off the wrong thing. And that's a bit surprising, too, because it almost looks overwhelmingly medieval. And then you go walk into a castle, and it's like a lab for some reason. So I'm at a point now where I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to go next. So I will need to look for our cryptic clue as to where to go next. Yeah, Cat Boo, you can't beat that level of creativity. Look at this guy. I have decided to live a full active life. Meow. Good for that guy. One of the worst FFC RPGs is Shinseikoku Lawares or Lawares. I don't know. Awful stuff that seems like video. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of real bad games that bombed in Japan where they're like, we can't send this anywhere else. Lagoon? Lagoon is bad. Yeah, Lagoon is bad. I think Lagoon is playable. It's just, you have a really short sword. But Lagoon seemed pretty competent when I played it. There was stuff in there that irritated me. It had some cryptic moments too, for sure. You could beat Draken still on it. Yeah, you could. Same could be said of Enindo too, TBH. RPG powers combined to make it. They combined by all powers combined. Lagoon would probably be better. Yeah, I agree. Jiggly, how's it going? Oh, the final boss in Lagoon is rough. It's rough. Took me an hour, I think, to get through that. That was like a gamut of like, what is it, 5 back-to-back fights in Lagoon? Okay, doesn't everyone have time to sleep? So, the name of this town is Sleepers, but everyone is awake. Great observation, honestly. That's good. I wonder if these would be... hey, everybody's got guilty pleasures. I wonder if this game would feel more sophisticated if it didn't use the all caps. And didn't read like a 5-year-old wrote it. Those two things. You know what would be nice, actually, in this game is if the dialogue regularly updated when you did something in a town. Oh, yeah, that is a technical non-RPG for sure. I love Demon's Crest. I think Demon's Crest is an excellent game. Short story, I owned Demon's Crest as a kid, and up through a teen, and then my parents started making a big fuss about, you know, religious stuff, and I hid my copy of Demon's Crest and never remembered where it was. So I could never find it again, and then we moved. So I have no idea where that copy is. But I did find a guy locally who was getting rid of that and RoboTrek for $40 each. And they had a permanent marker over the labels, and I just straight up just got that off. It looks perfect now. I'll have to share a picture later on. Oh, the censorship went hard on this game. We're going to try and find the next child to join the group. It's weird in this game because you'll head down an area or follow a plot path, and then it kind of just ends in nothing, you know? So I'm not really sure exactly what I'm looking for next. Demon's Crest is a top 10 SNES game. Hard to make a top 10 for SNES. There's a lot of good stuff. Paladin's Quest, I'm looking forward to calling that. Drunkards, yeah, we were talking about that. I was like, sleepers. There's barrels everywhere. There's 2 cafes. Like, I'm sure they're not sleeping from drinking NyQuil. Oh, it was a great price. Yeah, I spotted that. I was like, I don't care if I got to drive an hour. I will meet this guy. Haha. No, it was a good hiding place. It was a good hiding place. And my parents weren't really snoopers. So yeah, it stayed safe. All right, I'm going to go look around. I had a map pulled up for this game too. Let me see here. I like the overworld music. Nuts to that one guy who told me there's no memorable music on the SNES. I'm like, come on. Now, how dumb you gotta be? Pretty dumb to say something like that. I mean, because look, here I am humming friggin' Secret of the Stars, for crying out loud. Oh, there's a whole area south that I didn't see. So I waltzed right past it. So let me go take a look around. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Punched a rock. Punched a rock. This game does not have an in-game map. Or does it? I'm mashing the select button real hard. That dude is just dumb or rage baiting. I see. So I felt at first that that was baiting. Like, that was my first instinct. And then, like, I was like, hey, he's really fighting this. So then I went and looked at his post history, because I was that emotionally invested at that point. You got me. And no, just kidding. And his entire post history is just showing up to threads and arguing with people in the strongest possible terms. And I think some people are like that. They're either bots designed to cause havoc, or they're just people with really aggressively rubbish takes. Yay, JT, how's it going? Hooked on Octopath 0. I will definitely check that out. I do want to play Octopath 2 first. I did like Octopath 1, so I suppose I would enjoy it. Secret of the Labubu. Yes. Goalpost movie. Oh, yeah. Right. Did you see also it was like, oh, everybody's only mentioning Donkey Kong and Zelda. I was like, or Mario, he said. I was like, pretty sure you said any memorable music. You didn't say excluding. Yeah, the goalpost movie, the backpedaling, it was just ridiculous. They definitely could have made one. Yeah, I think a little thing like that would definitely help out. There are some areas where the map is pretty full. I don't want to telepo. And it's difficult to find everything. That's what I do on here. It's reality, yeah, but you're lovable about it. You're not gonna be like some wacko. Octopath 1 is great. Yeah, you should do it. Not all of the storylines are created equal. Some of those vignettes are lackluster at best. The thing with the storytelling in Octopath 1, and I was curious if this would get fixed in Octopath 2, but in Octopath 1, they were very passive characters. Take note of that sometimes in RPGs. Are the characters driving the plot forward, or are they kind of being passive and the plot is just happening to them? It doesn't make for great storytelling. Some of those were very much that in Octopath 1, but the ones that weren't really stood out, I think. Let's see, that water level music. Yeah, in Donkey Kong Country. It's not like anybody on YouTube makes SNES covers by the bucket load or anything. All right, we'll go down first. This looks like a big area. You found an official soundtrack on eBay of Secret of Evermore? On what format? Is it cassette tape? Is it a CD or is it vinyl? I know for sure there's no official vinyl soundtrack for Secret of Evermore. It's got to be a CD. Yeah, there are some bad games with amazing soundtracks. You know what nobody else mentioned? But me, because I'm amazing. Uniracers. If you are not familiar with the soundtrack of Uniracers, that game is not spectacular. I don't think Uniracers is like, oh, a top 10, you know, or anything. But Uniracers has an amazing soundtrack. It's like really good. Yeah, it's the internet. You know, I do apologize to somebody today. They retweeted one of my threads, and I thought they were being passive aggressive towards me. But fortunately, I took a route of like, you know what, you're probably a nice person in real life. These are all jokes. We don't need insults. But it turns out they weren't talking to me anyway. And I was like, oh, I apologize. Because, just, you know, you deal with that enough and eventually you start seeing villains everywhere. Let's see. Like Vaughn in 12? Yeah, Vaughn, discount Aladdin over there. Vaughn is like, I could show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, Balthier, when did you last let your heart decide? They're gonna destroy my Twitch eventually. My whole channel's just gonna disappear. I was just saying a Disney song. Let's see. That makes sense on not continuing Octopath 1. I actually bought the vinyl soundtrack for Uniracers once. I don't know why. But I put it on every once in a while when I'm cooking, and I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. It's good. Oh, it's on CD. Hey, send me a link, would you, JT? Shoot me a link. Send me like a DM on Discord or something. If y'all aren't in the Discord, hey, please join the Discord. You should go check it out. Okay, this is the town of Kodo. Anything Tim Fallon worked on? Yeah, I'd say so. What's your favorite Tim Fallon soundtrack? This is the little town of Kodo. This town is small but very pleasant these days. Let's see. They're going to have stuff in the shop pay. I think I'm going to skip purchasing upgrades for a little while. Just because I don't want to. You shouldn't go to the zoo desert. Many dangerous traps wait there. Why is it called the zoo desert? Stepping on your plum-plums. They want me to cultivate this big field alone. What? Are you with Baz? Great. He could do this field in a day easy. The zoo desert is to the south. Lagoon Town in the oasis is nice. Try to visit there once. I guess that was our clue for progression right there. Oh, Plock. You guys are all about that Plock. I haven't played that since I was a child. I gotta check out Plock again. Yes! I could send you a Discord link. I could send you... No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. There should be one on the main page of YouTube. But let me drop this here into the stream chat, and you could probably click on it from there, I guess. Yeah, and if that doesn't work, it's in the links on the main page of my YouTube. There you go. There you go. All right, that should work. The knife Ganta made for me cuts very well. Who's Ganta? Who's Ganta? Sleepy time. What else has a good soundtrack? Lots of things. There's lots of great soundtracks. I think that Donkey Kong Country 2 is going to be like a top 3 soundtrack on Super Nintendo. It is really tempting to put that in a top 2 category for me. I mean, it is that good. That David Wise stuff. Gaunter the blacksmith can duplicate any weapon fast. He is a genius. Oh, he's good at dupe glitches. I think the Breath of Fire 2 soundtrack is excellent. This town is rich due to its famous blacksmiths. Haha! Yeah, no kidding. Oh, the dungeon was under the bed. Your clue was that guy heard a sound in the room. Shouldn't that mean that you would check the bed? One would think so. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff because gloves. Mag branch. I don't even use that. Aspirin. There we go. Oh yeah, Legend of Gaia. Or Legend of Legaia, beg your pardon. So I've not played that one. There are more than a few PS1 RPGs that are great that I've not played. That's why I would really look forward to playing through every PS1 RPG, but there's a lot of them. I mean, that's a steep ask right there. Yeah, Octopath Traveler is pretty great for the musics. I gotta agree. It's pretty good. I'm sure you all can guess what my favorite soundtrack is on the Super Nintendo. A short time ago, my friend Uncle Save, there it is. I was like, your friend Uncle? Oh, your friend Uncle Save came to see me. He asked me to record your adventure for him. That's weird. I wonder why they did that. Like, Uncle Save could be anywhere. It could be right behind you, but he doesn't come to the town of Kodo. We don't like it here. In Nindo. I knew somebody was going to say it. Radical Dreamers? Radical Dreamers got a nice soundtrack. That's pretty close. Closer than a Nindo, I'll tell you that right now. Very suspicious. That was something that this is for Landmine. It was something I was very, I think, kind and genteel toward on this game. Because I think the soundtrack is pretty decent. No, I know you're trolling. I think the soundtrack is pretty darn decent. Oh, Warhammer and Broadsword. Come on, Broadsword. Oh my god, Broadsword. Is the same guy as Ness's dad. Yes. Yes. Chrono Cross. I do love the Chrono Cross soundtrack. But yeah, correct. That is not on SNES, so we can't do that. I'm not gonna purchase upgrades here unless I need to. I'm gonna save some of that moolah. Oh, Gaunt's skill is remarkable. He could do anything at his age. Oh, whoops. Mumble. I don't want to make things like pots or knives. Well, then don't make pots or knives. You should make what you want to make. I keep futilely checking all these things, because you never know. This is just a room full of lore. 2 sentences worth of lore. And I guess nothing else. I'll check right here. Come on, dude. Final Fantasy V. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. Look how they massacred my boy. Except the only difference is that you're the only one sad about the Nintendo slander. That's it. And I have you on recording chatting the comment that Nintendo is not that great. You came out and said it. Nintendo getting dragged made the bingo card. Oh my goodness, that is freaking hilarious. No, nobody said you don't count. But like, imagine on Godfather, you know, if there was only one guy who was sad at Sonny, sad about Sonny being mad, like, and that's it, you know. You'd be like, oh, I guess that's sad, and that's it. And you'd be like, oh well. You did say Nintendo wasn't great. Ooh, look at these. These are nice looking sprites. Let's see. We're gonna do some damage. Oh, we have mirror now. Let's use it and see what happens. Vigilisk. Mirror. Bow. So she got a shield now. Neat. Roll the clip. No, it's on a playthrough from the past. You'd have to go back and watch it. Vegetarian lists. Oh yeah, there it is. It writes itself, right? Oh, big old desert. I'm gonna pull up my Mac here. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, Baron had my brother, aka Patsy, hacked my account. See, that's what happened. This is how Mr. Temper talks. This is what happened, bro. No, it did not. Stop with your mouth full of corn and lies. Now, let me see. I'm just kind of letting this run on auto, so if anything weird happens, I apologize. I think we're good. Okay, I see you. Right down here, right about. Wouldn't be a JRPG with a big old desert that nobody wants to cross. Oh man, that section in Breath of Fire 3. Woo. That 100%. His name isn't Patsy. No, it's his middle name. Middle name Patsy. Yeah, the 100% playthrough of a Nintendo. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna. Any game that got like way too frustrating to stream, especially when certain members of the chat started being like, "You're doing it wrong," then I was like, "I'm just gonna play something else." That's where I draw my line in the sand. Or you did it quote unquote off stream and then wrote a book about it. Thank you very much. So you could just take your little finger quotes and actually beat the game someday. Welcome to the town of pleasure. This is the oasis town of Lagoon. It seems like a pretty decent place. I came here to shop, but this town is disgusting. I feel sick. I can imagine what this was in Japanese. They're just like, welcome to the town of licentiousness. And we're like, oh no. Put the kids to bed. Is the town of licentiousness. This is the town for pleasure. Your body and mind will mend. Enjoy. Well, so far it doesn't seem that much more different than any other town. If I could share my life with a nice girl, I wouldn't complain. This guy. I'm gonna get younger staying in this town. Are you guys gonna kick me out? Well, eating this makes you feel so good. Try it. Or is he talking about food? Hopefully he's talking about food. This is a Lagoon restaurant, which is famous for rimsterol. Yum yum. Your rimsterol. Okay. Sir, did you know the most optimal way to play is if... Yeah, that sort of thing. It's fun because you play a blind playthrough and yeah, you're gonna struggle because you don't know the game in full, and then people will be like, wait, you mean to tell me you haven't made this game your entire life already? You need to understand this, and then they tell you some like super obscure thing, and they're like, that doesn't help me right now. Actually, it just makes me not like you. That's the essence of streaming right there. The essence, Gordy. It's the essence. You just got burned. Well, don't touch the stove. James is telling Mr. Temple to do 100% stream of it. He should. He should if he's all big talk. You go ahead and stream Nintendo to nobody, because that's what I did. And eventually I was like, I'm good. Town of Labubu. You told me if you were having a stroke, right, Jiggly Saint? Town of Labubu? What are we talking about? I can't remember what that's from. Gonna help? Yeah, there you go. Help Temper get OBS set up, and then he could just do multiple playthroughs of Nintendo Way of the Ninja. You gotta play the SNES version, too. No cheating. Yeah. It's all talk. I can't 100% Nintendo. I always get soft locked. Just do it, okay? How am I supposed to know that you get soft locked, quote, off stream? It has that kind of music, that flair to it. I was born in Nebraska, an old country town south of here. It was boring, so I left. Sometimes people need to forget work and enjoy themselves. Ooh, this town is fascinating. You can relax and earn money easily. Ha 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 ha! I've got the best rim stera. All right. Where did you come from? Well, you plan to make a town on that hill? I see. Good. Hang in there. Everybody is happy here. That's a nice place. You are cute. All right. How old is what's his face supposed to be? Aren't they all generally the same age? I know we're not supposed to be in a bar here. Oh yeah, Zardion. It's on the list. See right here. Boom. Right hand column, second from the bottom. Zardion is awesome. I think Zardion is a cool combo of action platformer with RPG character progression. So it made the list because we include RPG hybrids. We just don't include action adventure. Who won't stream now? I'm curious to see what the hate is for. See, and I say stream to nobody, not because of Mr. Temper, that would be mean, but because when I streamed to Nintendo, we literally called it the stream killer. Nobody wanted to watch a Nintendo. I didn't want to watch a Nintendo. It's not great. It's bad. Yeah, Zardion does have some flaws for sure. All right. You watched it? Not consistently. No, you're a couple times you're like, I'm out of here. Secret of the Stars needs to be besides Secret of Evermore and the other one. No, because we went with Tecmo. Secret of the Stars. Same reason why I put J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings under there. We dropped the article, so you can't have the filing it under T. But I'm doing full titles for the list. Otherwise, I'd have to make weird exceptions. This is an Amma shop. Yes, it is. You just joined the Discord and posted the link of Secret of Evermore soundtrack. Let me take a peek at that. Thanks for joining, BT Dubs. Yeah, we got Vel and Jay here. Heck yes. Okay, let me see here. Oh, interesting. It's got a copyright on it. I mean, I'm a little skeptical because there's no, like, picture of the physical item. It's just, like, 2 PNGs or JPEGs. But this could be a real thing. Or it could be a scam. I don't know. You should pick it up and let me know. Let me know how it goes. I would be interested to know if that's real or not. Well, thanks for putting smug at the end of that. I appreciate that you put smug at the end of the sentence, because I would not be able to tell based on a precedent of smug comments from Landmine 36. I would have been like, wait, is this a smug sentence? But you cleared it up for me. I appreciate that. I agree. The does not count. No, yeah. I used to work in a library. That was my whole thing for a while. And we did not do the thes. I always wish that I had like a Dewey Decimal for my collection. But yeah, no, I don't do that. We just don't. We don't go there. So yeah, it's J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. It is Tecmo Secret of the Stars. I don't think there's anything else on here that warrants a weird thing like that. Oh, I did put New Horizons, even though the logo just says New Horizons. I put that under Uncharted Waters New Horizons. So there's that. But yeah, I think everybody else, everything else on here is fairly explanatory. Did I get in trouble a lot? I did not get in trouble once when I worked at the library. Why do you ask? I was a pretty great employee, and generally, I'm a pretty good employee. I just want you to know. When you do the, you just end up with a ton of entries. Yeah. It's like thes and us. You don't use the article for alphabetization. You just don't. It's a lousy way to do things. Okay. Once again, I am playing Secret of the Stars, and I don't know what to do next. But there's a guy standing here, so that's probably who I got to talk to. How was it? Did you enjoy Lagoon Town? You know what? You can't leave this town again. Oh, no. Oh, it's that guy. So we meet again. Yes, I am Dram. I'm going to Broska to dispose of the last Octalion you seek. Okay, we gotta get that guy because he's bad. Something happened, not quite sure what. Some great metaphysical mystery. Okay. Well, they let us out. Alright. Very curious. Oh, from being allowed... See, you're assuming that the way I act on this 2-hour stream... Oh, that's cool. The way I act on this 2-hour stream is how I would act at, like, a place of employment. That would be really weird. Like, if I, like, show up, hey, guys, thanks for tuning in to my stream today. How are ya? Good to know ya. Good to see ya. Dulce, can you say? And Nindo sucks. That would be a terrible way to be behaving at your place of employment. That would be rough. What more depth to the character with the voices than the whole game actually has? Well, see, that's part of the fun of it, right? Because the dialogue in this game may as well not exist at all. We're gonna try something here. See if we can fly by. Nothing happened. Oh no. Yeah, okay, Jim Carrey, calm down. Yeah, no kidding. I've never been called a discount Jim Carrey. I have been called a discount Jack Black though. So there's that. All right. I'm gonna figure out what to do here by swapping characters. Now, let's see. I was accused, James. I was accused the other day of only liking Tolkien books, and that's not true. I also like Tolkien books now. I'm currently reading through Dostoevsky. I just enjoyed a book recently called So You've Been Publicly Shamed. That was a great book. I actually do read pretty widely, thank you very much. I just happen to like Tolkien quite a bit. You done been looped, kid. You done been looped. Have you ever heard J.R.R. Tolkien talk, like on a recording? It is not the kind of talking that you would expect from a linguistic professor. It is... it's pretty rough. He's like, and the inch, they keep bunking around. And so I said to Frodo, if Frodo Baggins, yes. We got to go climb up the Mount Doom, don't you know? And there's a question that I'm often asked is why didn't they fly the eagles into Mordor? And I told the man who asked me that, I get this question quite often. I told the man who asked me that, shut up. If you've not seen that video, Aussie Tolkien, there's a bit of Aussie in J.R.R. Tolkien's language, yeah. Except with a lack of bad language. Like, I don't think that Tolkien just went around swearing all the time. You're ever good at it. Yeah, I don't think so. But if you've not seen that bit, I did just ruin the punchline. But if you've not seen that bit about Tolkien addressing the question of why didn't they fly the eagles into Mordor, that is a brilliant clip. It got me the first time. Y'all need to look that up. I don't know what to do, so we're just gonna go down there and see if we can figure it out. Let's see, what we could do is we could warp around. We could go to Carapon. Where did the third brother go? That's what I'm curious about. Let me check the previous towns, because I actually need a warehouse manager at my town. He went there, just straight there without me. I don't remember asking him to go there. Let's see. Oh, we're talking about the Eagles. Plenty of justifiable in-store reasons for why they don't. Yeah. And that is the bottom line, right? He's like, because I didn't write it that way. That's the basic answer for sure. Because it would be boring. That's why. Did you see that other Tolkien video? Oh yeah, he just popped in here. Where he's talking about the walking. There's like a whole song. And then they walked, chased by trees. It's great. And Tolkien swears he uses the black speech of Mordor. Something like that. His wife is like, honey, please don't. I'm sorry. I won't side glance at Frederick down the street ever again. Now that Arithri is working there, we can use the warehouse. Cool. Oh, yeah. Sweet. So now we could have this team who's got a ton of monies still, right? Yeah. Now we could have them buy all the equipment and then dump it here. So that is pretty cool. In fact, let's just drop off some of this crap that I'm not really using. Oops. That was incorrect. There we go. The teleport sound sounds like a you died sound. Oh, I gotta listen to that. Da, da, da. Oh, you just backseated? Time for lashes. 40 lashes. Ah, no, you're fine. You're fine. It's because I like you. Like, yeah, you might be smug, but that's okay. It's all right. You're not too obnoxiously smug. And so today you are forgiven, my child. Be free. Go and sin no more. Okay, so now now I don't know. Oh no, we're not gonna do this. We're stuck. Stuck. I'm going to walk down there. That's what we're going to try. I'm going to try that. Waltz on down there. Pac-Man. Bam 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 bam. The video freeze. The video froze. Oh, it looks like it unfreeze. So I use my phone for the camera for this. So probably somebody texted me or I got a phone call or something like that. And that'll usually freeze it up. Mage is bouncing, but mage is always bouncing. If the mage is a bouncing, don't come a trouncing. That's what I want. If the mage is a rocking, don't come a knocking. I'm gonna get a bumper sticker that says that. So I had a bumper sticker that said my other car is a chocobo, or my other ride is a chocobo. That was a fun sticker to have, mostly because every single human being that ever saw it mispronounced it. They didn't know what a chocobo was. So like people at like AutoZone would be like, what the heck is a kakabiku? I was like, can you read at all? Like, do you pronounce the word chocolate? Kakabalate. No. Chocobo. Family friendly. Here we go. Family friendly. It's true. Chocobaku. Even people who got like the right amount of syllables and stuff, they'd be like, what is a chocoboo? It was great. I need to get that bumper sticker again. Coco Bo. Yeah, that exactly. Chakabiku. Que or Wark? I don't know and have no opinion. That's the extent of that. Now I don't know. I guess I like Que better than Wark. Didn't Que come first? Chocobo. Chocobo. See, it writes itself. It's right there. Where most people struggle with easier words in reading Humber. It's true. I mean, I was just reading an article recently about how literacy just keeps plummeting in this country. It's a hard thing. I mean, I don't raise other people's children. I raise my children. So I try and get them to read as much as I can. And I think they've fallen in love with reading now. They will seek out reading on their own, which is really what I wanted for them, to enjoy the pleasure of reading and not just be assigned reading. You know what I mean? But I am very passionate about reading. I thought about making an app at some point. I even came up with an app called Versed that would help particularly younger readers get the context needed to enjoy the classics or more inaccessible books. Because there are a lot of really incredible books from bygone eras, but they're hard to access sometimes because of the language, sometimes because of the historicity. Some of my favorite books, like one of my favorite books is A Tale of Two Cities. That's like a top 3 book for me. But there's a lot of context required to enjoy that. So it is a fair statement, Velvet. It is unfortunate. Oh, you found a criticism for Secret of the Stars? You did it. You finally did it. Colon Smug. What is it? You have to say your stat increases on level up. Is that really a criticism though? I don't know if that's that important to know. Like, they go up, but would it impact how you play the game if you knew that you got 3 offense instead of 5 offense per level up? I don't know. The heck is a Bobby Corwin? I'll tell you what. What town is this again? Oh yeah, Kodo. That can't be your only level up for this game. Or that can't be, I beg your pardon. That can't be your only criticism for this game. There's no way. I would take this game as a pretty lousy inventory system over that. I don't like that they don't prompt you to equip your stuff when you when you purchase the things, all the good stuff to clad your loins with. Okay, we're almost there. I had to go look. Yeah, it is a big feels bad, and it's such a huge problem that it's hard to figure out how to address it, right? Like, what can one person do? What can men do against such reckless lack of reading comprehension? What can you do about it? I don't know. Again, I'm only raising my kids. I can't raise other people's kids. But I try and have hope for the next generation. But it's like now we literally have like a category of entertainment for the next generation called brain rot. Like, these kids need to read some books, let me tell you. Nobody ever read Charles Dickens and was like, oh, look at this brain rot. So many SNES games had crap inventories. Yeah, that doesn't make this not crap. It just makes it more crap, like the other crap, right? So it's like, it doesn't make it bad because other games did it. It just means that other games were also bad in that regard. It's a little tedious too to navigate the inventory and just deal with it. This is the inconvenience of it, really. But it stings because there are plenty of other RPGs where you could stack items, you know, on this system, where you could look at a full screen of your inventory. This with 4 individual screens, and you can't stack items, and there's a banking system, and then, yeah, there's positives, I think, on an individual basis. I think there's another big problem with the reading comprehension stuff is beg your pardon, I lost my train of thought. Oh, there's a strain of the current culture that embraces not non-intellectualism, but anti-intellectualism as a virtue. Like, to say something is better because it's more stupid, or better because it's less comprehensible, less reasonable. I'm not sure where that stems from. There's a lot of people who will push back against anything that sounds smart. Is like, oh, that's just pretentious. You're being you're playing semantics. You're being pedantic. All that sort of thing. There's a pushback against studiousness. I don't get it. I mean, that's the destruction of society right there. Yeah, this absolutely feels like it was meant for the NES 5 years later. It definitely does. I would be not too surprised if they started this as an NES development project. Not just the current culture. And when I say the current culture, I don't mean that it only started with like millennials, or it only started with Gen A or whatever. But it has been going on for a long time. I think those things become exacerbated over time, though. But regardless, our current day, we only live in the present. Our current day, it's definitely an issue. Insecurity, for sure. Linguistic dragon. You're just being semantic. I meant to say pedantic. I corrected myself. Yeah, it's true. I mean, people would be like, oh, you're just playing semantics. It's like, are we talking with words that have meaning or not? You know? I don't know. I know that there are a lot of us like ourselves here talking about this who know it's an issue. Question is, how do you address it? That was the idea of my app. And I don't know how to build an app. I don't know how to make that a thing. But I feel like that's the future, is you use technology, things that are accessible to people like apps, and you help them to understand how to increase their understanding of the world. Also, Linguistic Dragon came in at the perfect time, as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, Linguistic Dragon, how are you? Expertise getting more highly specialized has led to a lot of ordinary people giving up on understanding it. Experts giving up on explaining things to ordinary people. That definitely seems like a science problem for sure. And I think that there's an element of understanding that seems inaccessible, like in universities. A lot of people are not destined for universities and are not interested in universities. Speaking in the realm of books, I feel like this is all things that people can do. People can learn to have better reading comprehension. I don't know that reading comprehension is so hyper specialized that it seems inaccessible. But I think a lot of people could learn it. There are people learning different languages and stuff like that. But the rants, semantics and meaning, shocking. Oh, I'm sure you could. We find you a coder. Oh yeah, we need to find a coder. I think it would be great. The concept of the app, just in brief, and I'll get back to the game, I swear. Concept of the app Versed was to take, a piece of classic literature or a book that's difficult to approach and craft a little miniature curriculum that is not designed like to be, oh, this is school. We don't want to create an assignment, but to help people ask questions and have a little bit of context to read that book for leisure. So you could say, hey, I'm interested in this book. Can this app help me? Yes, that was supposed to be the goal of that. How's it going, Jolly Jared? How are you? Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, public education has failed. In high school, being unable to read, it's wild. Social media has a way of rewarding incuriosity. That sounds true. Oh, you're late. Your friends are wandering in the mystery of the desert. There is only one real town here in the desert. If you go into it, don't rush. You must go southeast of the desert to get out. Dram has already left for Braska. You must rescue them as soon as possible. Oh, so-called town of pleasure. Now, is everybody gone? I'm going to check all the rooms just to make sure. Jolly Jared, how are you today? Thanks for coming in. We are talking about the state of reading comprehension in our society today, how it could be addressed. I had an idea for an app. It's tricky, and it is a shame. As somebody who loves books, I dislike, going back to social media. I ran into some YouTubers talking about performative reading, and I had not heard about this before. Apparently, there are big content creators who love books as books, but not as things that you read. And so they'll say things like, I will purposely skip, like it'll be like, I'll skip anything that's not dialogue in your novel. And I was like, what? Are you teaching people to read like that? Are you encouraging people to read like that? I don't know. It might have turned you off of reading in most places. When they got to read Lord of the Rings, we had to read Lord of the Flies. I think that assigned reading does a lot of harm for reading for pleasure. Teaching a child to read and teaching a child to read for pleasure are two different things. I really wanted my kids to learn reading for pleasure, not just assign them stuff. Like, I was assigned books in school that I don't like, but it's because I was assigned them. I had to rush through them. I had to answer questions, stuff like that. I'm glad you're doing well. Oh, you like to read... You like manga, right? Or are you talking about reading subtitles? One reason I wanted an older dictionary in print is because modern dictionaries don't really even attempt to document historical usage. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Lord of the Flies is a pretty traumatic read. Yeah. I do like Lord of the Flies quite a bit. It ain't no Lord of the Rings, I'll tell you that. Let's see. We need Book It. Oh, tell me about Book It. What was that? Swiss Family Robinson. Decent movie. I've never read the book. Oh, man. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I love 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's all right. I mean, so like there's game text here, right? Here's my thing is like this is going to be really controversial. I have never played a game with as good of a story as the best novels that I've read. But that's because books are like pure story, right? Video games have got to deal with conveying that story through text plus all of these other things, combat, gameplay, music, visuals, stuff like that. If we're talking about reading the text in this game versus reading Jules Verne, I will take reading Jules Verne all day long over reading, we must bad battle Hammond Cruise. Because this is gibberish, man. It's rough. Ravaging Justice, how's it going? Speaking of a Nintendo, no, just kidding. But it was Pizza Hut pizzas. Oh, okay. So I don't think they had that where I was growing up. We did have Pizza Huts, but I don't know that they had that. Oh, Planescape Torment. That was one that comes up when I had made that comment about books. That Outer Wilds came up, but not many. And I was pretty surprised. I was proud of the community. Like, people did not say Final Fantasy. I don't think there's any Final Fantasy game. And I like Final Fantasy. I like Chrono Trigger. I don't think any of those are as good in terms of story as the best novels that I've read. Okay, we need to go southeast. Hopefully that wasn't a mistranslation. So that's what we will do. We will go southeast. It looks funny, them walking like that, doesn't it? This game is a book story? No. I did presumably watch the intro opening. I have no idea what you're referring to. This is definitely not a novel, though. There's probably less text in this entire game than in the first chapter of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Let's see. Oh, Anime from Akira to Howl's Moving Castle is a book. Okay. I thought you were saying that you enjoy reading anime from, and here are examples of anime. Not for people, 18 under? Under 18. I mean, it is anime, right? Like, Akira is not for people under 18. I saw it when I was under 18, so, yeah. So that's why most people watch anime. The Yakuza games have good stories. Planescape. I do need to play that someday. I have it, or had it. I've started selling things, so there are things that I missed. Okay, that did not work, so we're going to try it again. This is a little irritating to walk this way. I'm using my thumbs back and forth. My thumbs. There are a lot of mature themes in anime, you know? Anime can be very fan servicey too, so there's that element of it all. Hey, I think we made it. Yes, we did it. Cool. See, so that was a fun use of the swapping of parties. We knew one party was stuck. We used the other party to get a clue to get them out. That, I think, is how this game could have always used that feature for something enjoyable and successful, for a puzzle of some kind. Okay, now we need to go to Braska. Nuts if I know where that is. So, probably should not have went back in there, but we did nonetheless. Let's see here. Oh, you got to find somebody to pair up who can draw. Came up with a novel. Did you start writing it? That's the only way to get novels written is by writing them. And you should write a novel. They're fun. They are fun, and the world needs more. The world needs more books. More good books. The world needs more good books. Okay, let me take a look at the map here. It looks like there's a cave to the south, so I'm gonna go there. Yes, that was our southeast thing. The first 2 paragraphs is a start. You got to start somewhere. Here's an anecdote on that. There was a post about, of course this is going to be about Tolkien again, about Tolkien not writing the Lord of the Rings until he was a much older man, and how you shouldn't feel like you need to rush to get your epic out. I kind of pushed back on that because that seems to kind of feed a little bit of a comfort zone. Like, people may be thinking they're a little insecure that they haven't written anything major yet, and so they can kind of relax, right? And I feel like that's good. Like, don't pressure people. At the same time, Tolkien was planning things for Middle-earth since his 20s. So it's not like the Lord of the Rings just pops up overnight, fully world built. He had been doing the work for decades beforehand. And a lot of people too will think, oh, I'm going to write a fantasy novel and it's going to be just like Lord of the Rings. It's like, you can't just poof that out of existence. You've got to do, if it's going to be like Lord of the Rings in terms of that detailed depth, you've got to start building it beforehand. Yeah, you might guess that I'm a Tolkien super fan. You could imagine that. We prefer Ringer or Tolkienist, actually. Let's see. Anything is better than faster than the speed of love. I don't know what that is. Said all in the name of Final Covenant. Say about Bleach meets Evangelion, but no giant robots. So what is the premise of the book? Like, I know that now you've got, it's like these two things that already exist, but what's the premise of the book? What's the hook? Give me like a 1-sentence summary. Yeah, you got to get them out of your head. You got to get them down on paper. Oh, here's Braska. I thought it was going to be on an island or something. You know, they do not pop into existence fully formed Athena style. Yeah. Let's see. Mage, have you heard there's going to be a new Chrono Trigger? Oh, figures for sale? That's cool. I don't have space for any figures, unfortunately, so I can't get those. And if they're coming from Square Enix, they're probably going to be like $200 or something like that, because man, they've got some expensive stuff. Oh, hey, look, airplanes. What's that airplane? It's gonna attack us. Let's enjoy some novelesque dialogue here. I think that was a bit deadly. By a character getting involved in the war between heaven and hell. That's a synopsis. That's decent right there. This is Braska. So that reminds me of a novel idea that I had that I did start and I didn't finish. It was going to be about a group of knights, male and female. One of the knights, they come to believe, is carrying, is the Holy Grail, right? Carrying a descendant of the Christ. But it turns out that her organization is using her as part of a mythos to dominate areas around them. It was going to be kind of like each faction, if you like, in this universe was like a hyper condensed version of mythologies. So you've got, Crusader style knights fighting, Scottish berserkers and stuff like that. And they've got to do a battle against Midgardsormr, things like that. I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation, but that's all right. It's a stream. Butchering mispronunciations is what I do. Look at what you did. I didn't do it. No, it was the airplanes. Back to explosions. It finally cracked and destroyed everything. La Mulana. Actually, don't know that reference exactly. There was more to it, but that was briefly it. Like, I had this vision of, like, these civilizations would be like hyper advanced, but they would still resemble their kind of, mythological past. So you'd have like a satellite that could beam down lasers, but the whole satellite looked as if it was a 3-dimensional cluster of Gothic cathedrals. Another mythos where you have Penny from Stardew Valley fight an evil mirror reflection of Barney. I mean, fan fiction's got to exist, right? Yeah, Joan of Arc style. There's some Joan of Arc influence in there. Just I became fascinated with the idea when my wife was pregnant that there are not many great fantasy stories in which the main character is a mother. There are a lot in which there's a son and their relationship with their father, or there's some where there's a father, but there's few fantasy stories about motherhood. And so I wanted to tell kind of that story. I wanted some influence from things like Metroid. I think a lot of Metroid stories are about motherhood. I think Super Metroid in particular is really about motherhood. I wanted like a climax of the story where she's giving birth to this child, and she's in a room that's being, assaulted from all sides, and she has to, fight back people with her few friends that are still loyal to her as she's giving birth. Like 2 swords in one hand, popping out a baby. I think that'd be epic. I don't know the last story that did something like that. Okay, I think I'm reaching my limit here. There does need to be more mums. It's true. Doan 2300, how are you? Oh, what did this guy say? Haman Cruz's follower, Dram. You are also followers of his, aren't you? Well, you got me. You got me there. The Aquitalians are also about that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it starts that way, right? Like, you've got a cool idea and you just build things around that. That Haman Cruz, look at what he did. Just look at what he did. I wonder why Haman Cruz wasted his time destroying a small town like this. I see they're watching your every move, I'm sure. What can you do? You've brought us ruin. Like, that was what influenced the concept of my novella, The Last Stitch Goes Through the Nose, that's on Amazon. Is watching a homeless man come out of the desert in Southern California while I was eating my lunch. And straight up, the dude looked like a cadaver. We did what we could for him, and I never saw him again after a certain point. And so I decided to build a whole story kind of around him and around how people reacted to him, but in a fantasy setting. Relieved to have finished overly long game. Which game was that? Braska will be finished soon. It looks like you guys are just getting started on repairs. I don't know about that. I wonder if that old well is broken. I heard the terrible sound of an explosion. So we got to check out the old well. Everything has been caused by the old man living in the North Cave. Darn old man living in the North Cave. Oh, here he is. What a coincidence that we meet here on the edge of the world. By the way, will you tell me about your adventure? Okay, we made it to Braska, and I think that's gonna do me for today. I know it's a little on the early side, but I don't know if the voice is gonna hold up. We did a lot of voices today, and I'm feeling it. It was worth it to sing happy birthday to my friend Major Rage. Folks, if you're a thoughts and prayers person, I need him for my little bubby, Gandalf here. Gandalf the cat is not feeling well. We took him to a 24-hour vet the other day. Not exactly sure what's going on, and the vet did not find anything wrong with him, but he's not really been eating much, and he is pretty dizzy when he's walking around. So he's not an old cat either. He's getting there, but he's middle-aged. But yeah, we hope that Gandalf is around for many years to come. So yeah, I'm hoping that he's all right. He's eating more. He's eating a bit more today. So there's that. But usually when I shut my door to stream, he gets up and he wants to go out. But today he actually sat in here for the whole stream. So I think he's pretty tired. I appreciate that, folks. Hey, now tomorrow, it was the toad. Yeah, Dylan, I'm sorry. He did come here at the end. I apologize. I dislike ending when somebody pops in. But I will be on tomorrow, hopefully, if we still have power. If I don't see you, folks, stay warm. Please take care of yourselves. Try not to travel if you're in an area that's definitely not used to this kind of weather that we're going to be getting. Cat's spare eating like a horse energy. No, we will not curse anybody with a power outage. Please stay safe. And I will talk to you folks another time. Ideally tomorrow, but if the power's out, the power's out. I'll just play video games by myself with nothing. No, either play Game Boy or something. I don't know. All right. Hugs and kisses. Stay safe. Bye-bye.